Hey friends, so I just posted our video to the great book, I Ain't Gonna Paint No More, and I told you that I would give you some great recipes for some homemade paint, so that's exactly what I'm gonna do. And I am going to mostly talk to the grown-ups in this video to kind of give you some pointers and great ways that you can present and create the paint with your kiddos. So let's just start out with some simple recipes. And just so you know, I will be putting links to where I found all these recipes at the bottom of the video. So you can always check there so you don't have to frantically write everything down. But our very first one is just some fun finger paint. This is the only recipe that I'm offering today that you need to cook the paint, but all the mixing can be done beforehand with the kids, and then it needs to go over to the stovetop and be cooked over like a medium heat. But it's a 1/3 cup of flour, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 2 cups of water, and you're gonna mix that and cook that up till it's kind of a thick consistency. Then separate out into different containers and add your food coloring to color the paint. And it's great like for cardboard, for thick cardstock paper, and to use with paintbrushes. The next one is a watercolor paint. And this is 3/4 cups water and a 1/4 cup of light corn syrup to give it kind of the sticky consistency. And then you add a teaspoon of cornstarch to get everything all bound together. And after you get that all mixed up together, separate it into different containers and add your food coloring. So there you go with that one. That's another really simple one. This one stays as a liquid. Some watercolors will dry to make a cake and like you let it dry overnight, but that's not this recipe. You can find recipes like that online for sure. This is a really easy, just regular old paint. You use a cup of flour, 3/4 cups water, mix those first 2 ingredients together till it's a nice little paste, then add a 1/4 cup of liquid soap. And you want to make sure that you mix the water and the flour first, because if then you add the soap too soon, it's going to get a big bubbly mess. Separate it into containers and then add your food coloring for color. And this last one is fun because you can use it in the bathtub. And this one is a 1/2 cup of baby wash and a 1/2 cup of cornstarch, 2 tablespoons of water. Mix it together to a nice consistency, separate it into containers, and add your food coloring. So those are 4 really fun, easy recipes with things that you probably can find around the house. And let's talk about how all those different containers, things that you can use. If you're a yogurt eater, then you have all those little bowls. Start saving those from your Greek yogurts. Any type of like containers like sour cream and all that fun stuff. Those are great for paints. I don't know if a lot of baby foods come in jars anymore nowadays. They had just kind of switched over to those little like plastic with the lids. But those are great too. Those are great sizes. But here's my big epiphany that I think are so great. When I worked in preschool, we loved using ice cube trays. So easy. Everything's all in one tray. It's great. For the liquid watercolors, an idea that you can do is create your different watercolors. You can put some plastic wrap over, put some craft sticks or some popsicle sticks in there, stick it in the freezer, and you have frozen watercolors that are great for a hot day. So fun. The other thing that is just anytime you can pick these up at the dollar store, muffin tins. They're for everything. So you can mix up all your paints separately, all the different colors in the muffin tins. Any type of crafting, it's great to have a muffin tin. You put your pom-poms in one space and feathers in another and buttons in one and glitter in another. They're also great for snacks. You got your grapes and your cheese and your crackers and whatever else you want to have for a snack. The kids can carry it. Usually cups fit pretty nicely inside of a muffin tin too, which is great. So muffin tins are my go-to for a lot of things and how I present my crafts to my friends. And then they're easy cleanup too. So there you have it. Some more really quick, fun ideas for finger paint. Something that I used to do with my toddlers, so this is for my grown-ups that have really young friends at home, just whip up a thing of pudding. And I used to let them finger paint with chocolate pudding and vanilla pudding. If you make vanilla pudding, you can add food coloring to that. Then it's non-toxic because the kids obviously are putting that usually right into their mouth. The other fun thing that we loved to paint with was evaporated milk and I can't think of the other It's not called evaporated milk. It's, condensed milk. That's it. Condensed milk. So you can separate that into containers and add food coloring, and it just paints on like a paintbrush. Now, that stuff's going to get smelly after a while. You're going to throw those art projects out because they get kind of moldy and gross. But when it dries, it's this really beautiful, glossy, shiny color. So if you have a can of condensed milk in your cupboard and you're like, I'm never going to use this for a recipe, that's super easy and fun. If you're not keen on using food items to paint and create with, which is completely understandable because food is an important thing to us, shaving cream, that's the other way to go, and then everything smells so great. So shaving cream can be done, you can let them paint just right on the table and add some food coloring, and they can draw their letters and shapes and colors and all that stuff. Shaving cream is a great way to do that. And if you have like a low window or anything on the outside, you can do that on the outside, put the shaving cream and let them paint on the windows. So easy and simple. Things to keep in mind, food coloring can stain, so just be aware of that and be ready for that whole thing. Adding a little drop of liquid dish soap or some laundry detergent also helps to make things a little bit more washable. And other than that, you're just ready to go and have a lot of fun. These are all things hopefully that you have in your cupboard at home and help the kids to be creative during this time. Our older friends, I know that they can read and they can measure things out, so they can make these paints up themselves too. So just enjoy yourselves, and grown-ups, just give yourself a break. Take deep breaths, smell the birthday cake, blow out the candles, and remind yourself of what an amazing job you're doing in keeping these friends alive, fed, and with a roof over their heads, and how lucky they all are, and how lucky we are at the rec centers to have people like you that come to visit us. And we can't wait till you can do that again. So kiss your brains, hug your hearts, have a great day, and look for the recipes for everything in the comments below. So we'll see you soon.